To wash my hair.
Does it come to that?
Yeah.
Here, come in. You need to be in the frame
Okay.
more. There.
Okay. Yeah, I don't wash my hair very often.
I have a lot of dry shampoo in my hair right now.
I shower.
It's good. Those are good skills to have. Okay, we're going to start this now. I'm probably going to leave that part in, actually. I'm Katie. This is Erin, and we make up Motherhood Link. We're here to talk 5 minutes today about things we wish we'd known about during labor.
Setting the timer.
Okay, that's good. Erin, what do you wish you'd known about during labor?
So many things.
Pick a few.
I think the number one thing is that I could have been doing stuff, and I had a really good provider leading up to birth who told me about perineal massage, but I wish that I had known that on top of perineal massage, there was other things I could have been doing to prepare my pelvic floor for a vaginal birth, because that was originally my plan. I know from seeing patients in clinic that that's not everybody's experience. And so I think women sometimes are like, what? If they end up seeing us for back pain, they're like, when I talk to them about doing perineal massage, thinking about positioning during labor, think about breathing during labor, they're always like, why did no one mention this to me as an option in terms of your birth plan? So I think that's
a good point. I think positioning comes up a lot because everyone has Hollywood's classic view of like semi-reclined, feet in the stirrups, and that's like the only option available to you. And while a lot of women, usually the majority of women do birth in that position, there's other options available. And I think my biggest thing, like my number one thing for first-time moms would be feel comfortable asking to switch positions if you feel like you need to. Because so many women don't want to like bug the nurses.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I was in this position, I didn't want to bother them.
Yep.
And they didn't know, even with an epidural, there's lots of other positions that you can choose.
Yeah.
We talk about side lying a lot and like using props and stuff. But like they just didn't want to upset anyone.
Right.
Like, they seemed busy, I didn't want to ask.
Yeah, or even thinking about it, if you think you might consider a non-traditional birthing position, practice it before labor to see how your body feels in it. Because for me, if I have to squat, not happening.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
I can't relax. Like, I just can't relax in a squat. And so I think knowing what feels good for your body kind of going in, then you can try those positions that you know you generally feel comfortable in, in order to support you. And ask for help if you need to get into the position like Katie just said. And we have a good post actually on sideline birthing positions on our blog. So if you want to check that out and see what some of the options are, we do have that blog up.
Yeah, and even a lot of the hospitals now, I think, are providing props that you can use. So yeah, we recommend like get an exercise ball, get a peanut ball, but check with where you're birthing, check with your birthing unit, because they might have that equipment available to you, and then you're not walking in the hospital with like
10 million things. Yeah,
like the baby bag and an exercise ball and whatnot. But a lot of women also don't think about laboring at home.
Yeah.
Like, if it's your first baby, they're not admitting you till you're like 4 centimeters dilated. So what if you're in labor for 24 hours, 48 hours before that? Now what are you going to do? Because you don't have that professional standing next to you really coaching you through labor.
Yeah.
Like, what positions will work for you? Like, can you start using a TENS unit to manage some of that contraction pain that you're having?
Yeah, that's another one that a lot of people don't know about, is that TENS, which is an electrical stimulation that you can use during labor to help reduce pain, been used in Europe for like years and years and years. And there's actually pretty significant research now recommending that women can use that as a drug-free pain option, as it's safe for mom, safe for baby, and pretty good when you look at the outcomes, pretty good reduction in pain or delay of other pain methods if that's what someone might choose as part of their birth plan. So you might make it to 8 centimeters before you need to have an intervention or drug intervention for pain in some of the studies. So pretty neat. It's easy to apply. It's easy to use. And I find that any patients that have used it have had really positive feedback about using the units.
It's covered by a lot of insurance plans too.
Yep.
So it's a really nice piece of equipment to have. Again, for like when you're in labor at home, and then also when you're in the hospital.
Yeah, for comfort measures. And if you ever ended up in a cesarean section, you can actually use it for incisional pain afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Postpartum, so kind of
it's useful then. And you know what, they use it for contraction pain. So if you're nursing or breastfeeding or pumping or lactating at all, and you get that contraction type pain that happens in the uterus that's triggered by a letdown, it's helpful for that as well. So it's kind of like win-win-win with the TENS unit.
Yeah, and that's something I just find that in Canada, a lot of patients haven't been haven't been made aware of, and it's something that you can talk about with your pelvic floor physio, and they can set you up with that before you go into labor.
So know your positions.
Yeah, we got off topic.
You did. Know your positions. Don't be afraid to ask once you're in there. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
They're there to try to help you.
Try positions before birth to see what feels good for your body. Know that TENS is another pain control option available to you. And just you don't have to do it like they do in Hollywood.
That's it. Good luck.